Hi friends! Today we will be talking about the book, The Intelligent Investor. Most people think this book is only about investing or making money, but there is a much deeper meaning hidden inside it. It's not just about money, it is about understanding human behavior, emotions, and how we make decisions. In this video, we'll explore its timeless philosophy and discover why learning to think calmly may be one of the most valuable skills in life. So let's begin.
The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham is often called the greatest book ever written on investing, a timeless masterpiece on money, markets, and wealth. But what if the world misunderstood it completely? What if beneath the language of finance lies something far deeper, a philosophical guide to discovering your true value in a world obsessed with perception? A book silently teaching you to invest not only in assets, but in your mind, silently guiding you to find out your true value, your discipline, your nature, investing on your passion and skills into inner mastery, transforming the mind into an unshakable fortress. To build a mentality so strong that no failure, rejection, or hardship can permanently break you. Because no matter how many times life knocks you down, you can still rise again if you learn to live by these timeless principles. Most people spend their entire lives reacting to headlines, reacting to fear, reacting to opinions, reacting to the invisible pressure of the crowd. They wake up every morning believing they are making rational decisions, while quietly being controlled by emotions they barely understand. Civilizations change, technologies evolve, markets rise and collapse, but human psychology remains terrifyingly similar. We panic together, desire together, dream together, destroy together. And somewhere in the middle of this endless emotional storm, there lived a man who understood something profoundly uncomfortable about human nature. A man who realized that the world rarely values things correctly. Not people, not ideas, not truth, and certainly not itself. His name was Benjamin Graham. Most people remember him as an investor, the father of value investing, the mentor of Warren Buffett. But underneath finance, Benjamin Graham was really studying something much deeper. He was studying the psychology of crowds, the instability of emotion, the illusion of value, and the terrifying gap between perception and reality. Benjamin Graham, through the book The Intelligent Investor, has tried to reflect his deeper philosophy, which was actually not just merely about making money. It was about learning how to remain rational in a world addicted to irrationality. It was about how to stay connected with your true inner core and nature. And perhaps today, more than ever before, his philosophy matters, because we no longer live in an age of reflection. We live in an age of reaction. Every day, millions of people open their phones and absorb waves of emotional programming. Fear spreads faster than truth. Outrage travels faster than wisdom. Popularity disguises itself as credibility, and people begin to confuse attention with value. Benjamin Graham saw this long before social media existed. He understood that human beings are deeply emotional creatures, pretending to be logical ones. To most people, the market looked intelligent, sophisticated, precise. But Graham saw something different. He saw mood swings, insecurity, greed disguised as confidence, and fear disguised as caution. He saw crowds moving like tides, not because they understood reality, but because they were emotionally infected by one another. And from this observation emerged one of the deepest philosophical questions of his life. What is real beneath emotion? What remains valuable beneath temporary panic? What survives beneath illusion?
From this understanding, we come to know about one of the most important metaphors in modern thought, Mr. Market. Imagine a business partner who comes to your door every single day. Some days he is euphoric, excited, convinced the future will be glorious. On those days, he offers absurdly high prices. Other days, he is terrified, depressed, certain that disaster is coming. On those days, he sells everything for almost nothing. But here is the important part. You are not obligated to believe him. You are not required to react to his emotions. You are only invited to observe them. This was Graham's revelation. The market was not wisdom, it was emotion. And suddenly, this idea expands far beyond investing. Because Mr. Market is everywhere. He exists in society, in politics, in relationships, and most dangerously, inside your own mind. Some mornings you wake up believing you are capable of greatness. Other mornings you feel meaningless. Some days the world praises you. Other days it ignores you completely. Your emotional state changes constantly, but your intrinsic value does not.
During the greatest struggles of our life and economic downturns, entire fortunes disappeared overnight. Banks collapsed, families lost everything. Hope itself seemed to evaporate from society. Benjamin Graham lived through this devastation personally. He lost enormous amounts of wealth during the crash. But instead of becoming cynical, he became wiser. Pain refined his philosophy. He realized that survival itself required something deeper than intelligence. It required discipline. And from this understanding emerged one of the most powerful ideas ever conceived: the margin of safety. On the surface, it sounds financial, but psychologically, it is profound. The margin of safety is the acceptance that you can be wrong, that uncertainty is unavoidable, that reality does not obey your predictions. Most human suffering comes from overconfidence. People build lives assuming certainty. They assume stability is permanent. They assume success will continue indefinitely. But Graham understood something ancient philosophers also understood. Life is unpredictable, and wisdom begins with humility. The margin of safety is humility transformed into strategy. It is leaving room for error, room for chaos, room for human imperfection. Emotionally intelligent people build margins of safety in life itself. They prepare before crisis appears. They cultivate inner stability before suffering begins. Because they understand something fragile minds do not. The future is uncertain, and preparation is wisdom. Benjamin Graham believed impulsive behavior was the enemy of intelligent living, and perhaps nowhere is this more relevant than today. We now exist inside attention economies designed to manipulate emotional reactions. Every platform competes for outrage. Every algorithm amplifies extremity. People no longer ask whether information is true. They ask whether it is emotionally stimulating. And gradually, society loses the ability to think calmly. Benjamin Graham would have recognized this instantly, because the emotional instability of financial markets was merely a mirror of human psychology itself. The crowd always oscillates between excessive optimism and excessive despair. It always overreacts. And those who remain emotionally centered gain clarity others cannot see. This does not mean becoming cold or detached from humanity.
It means refusing to let emotion dominate perception. Graham believed intelligent decisions required distance from emotional turbulence. In many ways, his philosophy resembles Stoicism. The Stoics believed external events are unstable and uncontrollable. Only inner judgment can be mastered. Benjamin Graham approached life the same way. You cannot control volatility. You cannot control public opinion. You cannot control fear. But you can control your reaction. And that changes everything. Because most people are not destroyed by reality. They are destroyed by their interpretation of reality.
This is why Graham emphasized intrinsic value, or your self-worth. The idea that something possesses worth independent of public opinion. A company may be ignored by the market and still remain valuable. Likewise, a human being may be ignored by society and still possess immense worth. This idea becomes deeply personal when understood properly, because many people spend their lives measuring themselves through external validation. Approval becomes identity. Popularity becomes self-worth. Failure becomes proof of inadequacy. But Graham's philosophy quietly challenges this entire structure. Value is not determined by temporary perception. And this realization can be liberating. Because the world is often late in recognizing truth, sometimes very late. There are moments in life where you will feel invisible, misunderstood, undervalued. You may question yourself because the crowd does not see your potential. But the crowd has been wrong countless times before. History is filled with rejected geniuses and celebrated fools. Public perception fluctuates constantly. Intrinsic value does not. This is why emotionally mature people learn to detach their identity from public reaction. They stop asking, "How am I being perceived?" and begin asking, "What is true?" Benjamin Graham dedicated his life to that question, not merely in finance, but in thought itself. What is real beneath emotion? What remains valuable beneath temporary panic? What survives beneath illusion? These are philosophical questions, existential questions, questions about how to perceive reality accurately in a psychologically unstable world. And perhaps the most difficult aspect of Graham's philosophy is patience. Because human beings struggle deeply with delayed gratification. We crave immediate rewards, immediate proof, immediate certainty. But Graham understood that reality unfolds slowly. Value takes time to reveal itself. Truth matures gradually. And wisdom cannot exist without patience. Imagine standing still while everyone around you runs. Imagine remaining calm while others scream. Imagine refusing emotional hysteria while society rewards it. This is not weakness, it is discipline. The modern world encourages stimulation, not discipline. Consumption, not contemplation. Reaction, not reflection. Benjamin Graham represented the opposite force. A quiet mind in a loud world. A rational observer in an emotional civilization. And perhaps that is the real meaning of intelligence. Not accumulating information, but maintaining clarity under emotional pressure.
In the end, Graham was not teaching people to worship money. He was teaching them to understand themselves. Because every market crash exposes human fear. Every bubble exposes human greed. Every irrational trend exposes humanity's desperate need for certainty and belonging. And perhaps the final lesson of Benjamin Graham is this: your greatest battle will never be against the market. It will be against your own mind, against panic, against ego, against impulsive emotion, against the endless temptation to follow the crowd simply because standing alone feels uncomfortable. But if you can resist that temptation, if you can remain patient
while others become reckless, calm while others become fearful, rational while others surrender to emotional chaos, then you gain something infinitely more valuable than wealth. You gain clarity. And clarity in an irrational world is power.
And perhaps that is the greatest investment of all. Not money, but the transformation of your own mind. Because true wealth is not found in endless accumulation, status, or worldly desire. It is found in clarity, purpose, and the discovery of your true self. To rise beyond the noise of the modern world. So if you want to go deeper into escaping the daily rat race, rising beyond material obsession, and learning how to reclaim your inner freedom in a world designed to drift you away from your values, then watch the next video on the right. It may completely change the way you see yourself, success, and the meaning of life itself.